RWBY's score is incredible. Okay, no slander. I'm here for this now.
The musical score in RWBY is insane, and if—
Oh yeah, turn down your volume, thank you, because they're going to blare out my ears.
If I don't talk about it, I'm gonna lose my freaking mind. Here we go. Music.
Oh my god, oh my god, the amount of serotonin that just rushed through my body right now just hearing that
is a core component of RWBY's identity. It's the first thing that hits you before the red trailer starts. There are dedicated reaction videos just for the soundtrack.
Beautiful, oh, look at that.
Fan theories crafted around the lyrics of songs. And last I checked, it's a criminal offense in several countries to skip the Volume 1 intro. But
we don't do that. We don't do that. We don't skip no intros now.
Despite all of that, there's one part of the music that I believe is seriously underappreciated. A big part. It encompasses a majority of the music in the show by runtime. I'm not talking about the soundtrack as most people know it. I'm talking about the score.
The score is beautiful.
Yes, I am making an entire video about the background music because, and it is without a single ounce of exaggeration that I say this, RWBY's musical score is among the most detailed I've ever seen in a piece of media. My mind has been blown, and I would like to share that experience with you.
I requested the red trailer from another creator on Patreon. Ooh, okay. I've been telling you this score is amazing. I already knew it was amazing. Hello? I already knew.
Anime has a reputation for recycling music during a show's run, even for shorter productions. Usually the tracks are composed as a separate entity to the episodes themselves, and it's up to the editors to figure out how to incorporate them. Most of the time the soundtrack matches the scene's emotional tone pretty well, but the energy level ends up static, and the limited track count often means there's only a handful of songs that fit the mood they're going for. RWBY takes a much more cinematic approach to composition, with tracks created on a scene-by-scene basis. By composing this way, the music can adapt its energy and pace to perfectly complement everything that happens on screen.
And y'all, not y'all, and there are people that dog the show still. What are you talking about?
Fight scenes in particular benefit massively from this approach because their intensity varies from moment to moment.
Come on, abuelita!
Dynamic energy is all well and good, but there's one key ingredient that separates RWBY's score from so many others. Leitmotifs. So what is a leitmotif?
Yes!
This is 𝘨𝑝𝙀, the dinosaur enthusiast and certified madman who spent the last 6 years dissecting the leitmotifs in RWBY.
A leitmotif is a musical idea representative
the water here won't be fixed till tomorrow. Damn, that sucks.
Of a character, a place, an object within a story.
As an example, let's take some obscure space movie from 1977. This idea represents the heroes, and this is the bad guys. Toss them into the score whenever they become relevant. Simple enough. To apply this idea to Weiss, we can take Mirror Mirror, a song associated with her character, and weave it into the background music when necessary.
Beautiful!
Do the same to the other three, and boom, we now have themes for all the protagonists. Even if you've only watched the show passively, there's a good chance you've noticed these melodies popping up from time to time. But it doesn't.
Yes, but the Forever Fall one, ever since the rewatch, that's when I was really picking it up. But then obviously, you know my favorite leitmotif.
Stop there. Almost every single
The bean.
major character has a leitmotif of their own, even if they didn't have a vocal song to draw from. Oscar Pine? Check. Willow Schnee? Affirmative. Random guy you barely remember from the Argus Limited? Yes. And it keeps going.
I forgot their name. Isn't it Tweedledee and Tweedledum, whatever the fuck?
Every major location has a motif. Forces of power like the relics, the maidens, and the creatures of Grimm have dedicated motifs.
They do.
Even concepts like trust, unity, huntsmen and huntresses. There's a
D and
motif
W,
that only exists when Jean and Pyrrha are on screen at the same time. What?
Pain.
And if this sounds familiar to you, that's because it's the basis for what would later become Forever Fall.
Oh my god, that whole scene was just, bro, I wanted to set my chair on fire.
Surprised that a vocal song came from a leitmotif? Get used to it, because here's some more. It's all connected.
Yes! One of the best fights in the game.
And it's awesome. This is like when I was 12 and realized the Mario Kart Wii track selection music added more layers.
This actually did. Oh, I have this game. It's so good.
Closer you got to starting a race. Gah! There's a playlist on 𝘏𝙀𝙀𝙀's channel that consolidates almost every single occurrence of a leitmotif, and there are so many.
How many motifs would you estimate that there are between volumes 1 and 8?
So the total that I have here is 186.
Wow!
Oh my god.
186.
Yep, you already know.
The leitmotifs exist to supplement the narrative, and if you look for it, you'll find ideas that are communicated entirely through the music. Oscar and ozpin's motifs are getting increasingly difficult to distinguish from one another, representing how the two are merging together. The music draws a comparison between Penny's framing in the warehouse and the fall of Beacon. Fight scenes like Pyrrha versus Cinder alternate between melodies depending on who's currently got the upper hand.
That's
the
true.
Aesops get 3 motifs to represent each of their collectively shared brain cells. Salem's motif backs Ironwood's when he shoots Oscar to indicate how
Wait, did that really?
he's become as dangerous as she is. Both of the confrontations
Wow, that attention to detail is crazy. I didn't even pick up on that.
between Oscar and Ironwood are packed with leitmotifs. If you want to see a breakdown of that, there's a link in the description alongside some other scenes 𝘏𝙀𝙀𝙀 has covered.
It contributes so much to the storytelling aspects of the show. So much extra weight that is put into any sort of moment that features something that is recognizable.
Naturally, I don't expect people
But yeah, we have videos like the lighting in RWBY is bad. Shut up!
to notice all of this while watching the show. It's not really the role of a score to be noticed in every scene, but the commitment to detail here is nothing short of outstanding. And learning about the leitmotifs has completely changed the way I look at RWBY in the best way possible. And whenever I think I've seen everything, I learn even more.
Yes,
For instance,
I
while
know!
working on this video, 𝘏𝙀𝙀𝙀 demonstrated to me that the leitmotifs can communicate the relationships between characters. Winter's motif is essentially an inverted mirror. Crow
What? Holy shit!
is a spin on Red Like Roses, and Raven
No, you're lying! You're lying to me!
is essentially an inverted mirror. Crows is a spin on Red Like Roses, and
Dude, my whole mind just blew up. What?
Raven's theme is a variation of I Burn. Oh,
You're lying! No! This just got turned up.
also, did you know that RWBY Chibi uses the leitmotifs?
They
If
do!
You didn't, you do now. You're welcome. Release the Chibi soundtrack, I beg of you. Okay, so far I've specifically been addressing volumes 1 through 8, but what about volume 9? Well, that's a bit of an exception.
The main difference is there's just not as much thematic or leitmotif stuff going on. You know, in terms of references to older stuff, there's remarkably little. Of course, the reason for that is because we have new composers who, have their own ways of doing things.
And they did their thing. With
The
Volume 9.
leitmotif behavior in the show can primarily be attributed to Jeff Williams and Alex Abraham. Alex in particular goes crazy with the leitmotifs, and he scored volumes 6 through 8 almost in their entirety. But volume 9 was the first RWBY season that neither Jeff nor Alex had a hand in. Volume 7 used motifs on over 400 different occasions, whereas volume 9 only had around 16, though that number is subject to change when the archaeologists come back with their lab findings.
The archaeologists, okay.
To be clear, I am in no way implying the Volume 9 score is bad. Far from it. I'd
Because if you would have said some blasphemous things like that, the hands.
make the case that the atmosphere and production of these tracks is among the best we've ever had. I just think there was a missed opportunity to incorporate melodies that have been with RWBY for the better part of a decade. Imagine a tea party sequence with leitmotifs for each of these characters. And now that we're going to Vacuo, Population, Everyone, Volume 10 has so much leitmotif potential.
Oh, dude. Oh, see, this Volume 10 just got bigger now. Like,
And I'm cautiously optimistic that some of them will return. But in the meantime, the score for volumes 1 through 8 will always be there. Study up on the leitmotifs and listen to the score. Or better yet, watch the show again.
yes, I agree. be?
Completely transform your experience. As rare as it is, RWBY isn't even the only place you'll find this type of composition. Lord of the Rings has over 50 leitmotifs across 3 movies. Go check those out. Even when RWBY's writing stumbles or the animation
Taste the back of my hand, blasphemer.
the score will continue to be one of the strongest elements of the show for me. It's something anyone can appreciate. Almost a decade of pure musical continuity. And if I can make just one more person aware of it, that would be enough to make me happy. If you don't release the Chibi soundtrack, my dog will hunt you down.
I want let the beat hunt me down, because I'm just gonna give him a treat so he won't hunt me down anymore. Dude, you can't. I mean, you could. Just don't. Don't shit on RWBY. Dude, it's too good. It's too good. It's too good. It is too good. Okay? Don't give a damn about like, shut your bitch ass up. Go watch something else. Don't ruin this good ass party over here. Anyway, sorry y'all.